I call this video Generations. Hello everyone, it's me, Wardlow's Fire. What's this? Adam, he lived for 930 years. He died 216 years before the birth of Noah. Seth, Adam's third son, lived for 912 years. Seth knew Noah for 34 years before he died. So Adam's third son knew Noah. Now it goes on to Methuselah, fourth great grandson of Seth. He lived for 969 years. Methuselah knew Adam himself, the very first man on the planet. Methuselah knew Adam 243 years. Methuselah knew Seth for 355 years. Now, the son of Methuselah, name is Lamech, lived for 777 years, died before his father. He is the father of Noah. So the son of Methuselah is the father of Noah. Methuselah knew Adam personally for 243 years. This means that all the way up to Noah, there was a clear, straight story directly handed down from the people who witnessed it, first-hand accounts, down to Noah. Noah lived for 950 years. Methuselah knew Noah for 600 years and died in the year of the flood. Not because of the flood. Prior to it, God took him out. Noah talked with his father, Lamech, for 595 years. Shem, the son of Noah, lived for 600 years and knew Methuselah personally for 98 years. Lived after the flood for 502 years. Now, the great-grandson of Shem, he lived for 462 years. His name is Eber. He knew Noah and Shem. So the plot thickens. Now we gotten past Noah from the first first witnesses, first perspective. People were there who seen it, eyewitness accounts, all the way up now to Eber. Now we're going to go to Terah, third great-grandson of Eber. Lived for 205 years. He was 130 years old when Abraham was born and talked both with Noah and Shem. Now we're going to get to Abraham. Abraham lived for 175 years. Abraham knew Shem, son of Noah, for 150 years. That means that he came across him when he was 25 years old. Noah died 2 years before Abraham was born. Heber outlived Abraham by 4 years. Point being is that now Noah has died. The son of Noah was in direct contact with Abraham, and they talked and lived with each other for 150 years. So again, there's from Noah to Abraham, there's a direct lineage and a direct connection. Everybody's beloved son from Abraham is Isaac. Isaac lived for 180 years. He knew Shem, the son of Noah, for 50 years. Jacob lived for 147 years, and he knew his dad, Abraham, for 20 years. Oops, I didn't mean to say dad, sorry. That was a mistake. Levi knew Isaac for about 45 years. Knew the father of Moses, who was his grandson. Great-grandfather of Moses. Levi passed away in an oral history to his grandson, Amram. So Levi passed all the information that he's had from direct accounts, direct eyewitnesses, down to his son, Amram. Amram becomes the father of Moses. So now we're all the way up to Moses with direct, first-hand eyewitness accounts of Adam. Directly, we have a connection here that is direct Adam to Moses, as if there is no time in between, because the people that were alive were actually first-hand account eyewitnesses to the events that took place, all the way up to Moses. So Moses already knew the true story because he was being told it by people that he knew. So here we go. Moses, the son of Amram, he lived for 120 years, brother of Aaron, who knew their father for approximately 65 years. So there is a direct connection from Adam straight down to Moses, which basically, well, testifies to the genuine being of the Old Testament. I think that's so fascinating to know that Moses had direct knowledge of Adam. And this list doesn't even mention Enoch, the grandson of Adam and Eve, who wrote books and who was a pretty big bragger. He would have spread all the information around. And there's no indication here of Cain, who would also have spread his information around. You know, both children from Abraham and Abraham. What am I saying? Sorry, both children from Adam and Eve. I really find this to be super fascinating. I've never really studied it before, but it really goes from Adam and Eve down to Seth, down to Methuselah, down to Lamech, down to Noah, down to Shem, Eber, Terah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Levi, and then straight to Moses and Moses' father. There's no break in the chain. And about out of the 13 people mentioned here, 12 of them are pretty much eyewitness account, have witnessed it for themselves or heard stories directly from the children who witnessed it. So it's all first and second hand accounts. And that's just fascinating considering the fact that there's about 1,400 years in between all these people. Sorry for the mistakes in this video. I'm a little bit under the influence of painkillers. That could have taken some rolling. I don't know. Point being is, I hope you did enjoy this video. It's called Generations. I'll say it again, that Adam was the first man to live, and then it goes all the way up to Moses, and Moses had direct connection to the children of Adam or to Adam's grandchildren. So they would all know the story, and the children were witness to it all. And so were the grandchildren. One of the most famous grandchildren from Adam and Eve is Enoch, who wrote his own book and explains everything about the Nephilim, which nobody else ever bothered to do. Fascinating story. The more you get into it, I'm starting to think that Methuselah was pretty cool because he lived the longest in the Bible. He lived to be 969. But it looks like he did that so that he could be the direct connection between Adam and Seth. And he knew Adam for 243 years. We don't even live that long. Okay? So he really knew very well who Adam was. And then Seth, also the Adam's third son, he also knew him for 355 years. So you're really talking about somebody that has all the information, Methuselah. Then Methuselah passes it on to his son, who then passes it on to his son, and that is Noah. Lamech, it goes Methuselah, Lamech to Noah right away. All first-hand accounts. Then it goes to Shem, the son of Noah, down to Eber, the great-grandson of Shem, down to great-grandson of Eber, down to Abraham. So even Abraham had first and second eyewitness accounts to the happenings of the creation of the earth, the great flood, and everything else that took place. Who then had Jacob and Isaac, Levi, and then straight to Moses. Very fascinating that in that 1,400, 1,500 year time, there was such a great direct connection